Hello, and welcome to Lumpia and Latkes. I'm Jay, a Filipino American,
And I'm Mitch, an American Jew. We are friends
and former coworkers.
who riff all day at work and decided to create this podcast for extended conversations on anything that intrigues us.
We won't always get it right, but we'll do what we can. Thanks for joining us. This episode, AI Yay or Nay Part 2. AI Yay or Nay Part 2. Before we start, joining us again is our coworker, my current coworker, Mitch's former coworker, everybody's former coworker and current coworker.
My
Brian.
father's brother's cousin's sister's former roommate.
That dude from over there. It's Brian. Hey, Brian, welcome back. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I would say it's nice to be here, but I don't know yet.
Oh my!
You know, Dave said the same thing, and I don't blame him.
Hey, last time was fun, so I figured, we'll give you another shot.
Yes. So nice you did it twice. All right. So AI or Nay Part 2. We've already had our little discussion a lot about AI, but there's just so much to say. We wanted to talk about it again. So
That's right.
We were talking a little bit about it. Job security. There's a lot of questions about job security, and
This is the meat and potatoes of it all.
that's right. That's really what it boils down to. I mean, there's more pressing issues, but I mean, what could be more pressing than having a job, making sure your job doesn't go away because AI is taking it. So according to one such article, right, from Axios Richmond, here are 10 jobs least and most threatened by AI. If you're wondering if the cost of college is still worth it, given the rise of AI and its likely effect on jobs, the answer is it depends. Jobs dealing with language, both written and verbal, as well as those in customer service, populate the list of those most susceptible to AI, per a recent Microsoft study. Specialized physical labor roles and equipment operators are among those least at risk of being replaced. The study scores jobs resilience through three categories. One, whether AI is currently being used for that work. Two, how successfully it does so. And three, how much of that occupation's total work can be done by AI. So let's read off these jobs. Go ahead, Mitch. You can read these.
All right, number one, interpreters and translators. Well, yeah, I tend to agree with that a little
Yeah,
bit.
they have devices. They have Google Translate that does
Yep.
it for you. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Number two, historians.
Yeah.
Maybe,
If
but
it's history, then it's already out there.
I understand that, but they're not going to be able to get every story. Okay. They're not going to be able to get everybody's interpretation of things.
If it's internet connected, they can't. I mean, yeah, I guess if interpretations, everyone does have different, but you can get the consensus. You can get most of the
Sure.
information you need to just being internet connected, and AI can just sum it up for you. Like, here's where it
I
is.
question whether or not you're going to get the right infliction or meaning or
That's
tone
true. That's
I
true.
think
But
from
I
an
mean,
AI than you could from a person. Let's just say, for example, somebody that survived Pearl Harbor,
yeah,
it's amazing for one that they're still alive to this very day. I mean, that's being very honest at this
Yeah,
point.
they'd probably be pushing 100.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
For
And
one,
they would have been a
two,
kid at the time.
right, but two, to be able to describe it in the way that they experienced it
oh yeah,
is
yeah, with all
not
the
going to be
gravitas.
translated.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
The
not going to be
gravitas of a
translated.
personal experience,
Right.
as a personal experience, even if it might be kind of an anecdotal situation,
Right.
can be more impactful and more
Right.
meaningful having that personal touch
Yeah.
as
Exactly.
opposed to just reading something out of a
Very
history
true.
book.
But here's
Very
the
true.
thing with history is that it's always his story. History is usually written by the
Yep.
winners, not the losers. And so you have a definite bias in history.
That is
How
true.
it is.
Very true. But as a historian, you're going to have, in my opinion, yes, you're going to have the same knowledge, if not less than the AI would, but to be able to present it to me would be better coming out of a historian than out of an AI system. I don't know. That's just me.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Number three, passenger attendants.
What is a passenger attendant? Explain that to me.
You asked me, buddy. I mean, come on. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. I was like to say, what the heck is that all about?
I know,
So
right?
According to the AI overview, passenger attendants ensure safety and comfort for travelers on various forms of transport by providing services like safety demonstrations, service
Oh, you mean like a
refreshment,
flight
and
attendant and all that
yep,
kind of
Flight
thing?
yep,
attendant or
Okay.
yep.
somebody, the person walking the aisle, whether you're on
AI
a
is
flight,
going to
train,
get
whatever.
replaced. AI is going to replace passenger attendants.
I guess.
Okay. Well, what's going to happen when somebody becomes unruly? What is like Sparks going to come out of the chair and just immobilize the
That's why you
person
got
next?
that's why you got
I
the
mean,
air marshal. Or air marshal gonna step up. Some shit.
why
I
would the
don't know.
air marshal be in there if if the flight attendant isn't even in there?
Because the
Heck,
flight
Yeah,
attendant is more just perfunctory. It's like, I can do all this stuff. The air marshal someone needs to lay down the law. Because the law needs to be
okay,
adhered
but
at all times, even in the sky.
that's also the role of the flight attendant as
That's the
well,
role of flight
to a
attendant
degree. To a degree,
as first line, like trying to calm someone down. But worst
correct.
comes to worst, then yes, you should still have someone on board who has a weapon that's in charge of the situation, and that's not going to be the
Hmm.
pilot. He's too busy flying the damn thing. So
Right,
that's for
right.
someone who's in the yeah.
So I don't see how they're going to go away. I really don't.
I don't know. I
That's
don't
where
know.
I kind
I
of
I
don't.
also agree. I don't see it either. But
I kind
I
of call BS.
also
mm,
I see the thing about a lot of these jobs is going to be how does society ever get to a point where everybody is okay just talking to machinery, or
mm,
is there always going to be people that want that human touch? They want that personal connection. I want to, they're like, oh, I want to talk to a human,
yep.
not a machine, not a
I mean,
robot,
that's
not
Yeah,
an
typically
app.
why per self checkout people rebel against it because they don't like dealing with machines. They want to talk to a person. That happens
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time.
Sure, sure.
But yeah,
Absolutely. Sales representatives of services. That's number four. Okay.
sales representative.
So, it's
Hmm.
a sales rep trying to sell
Yeah,
you something. Okay.
yeah.
In some ways, sure, I can understand that, but in others,
Is it going
not
to
so
be
much.
convinced? You have to be persuasive. I mean, I guess AI is getting to that point they are
Correct.
conversational and they
Yeah.
can really
Hmm.
have that good conversation. But like, it's different talking to a machine that you can just turn down versus talking to, again, it's
Yeah.
that human connection
Yeah.
and being
It's
able to connect with someone. Yeah.
just like with that one art, the one coffee table article we read for That's Not Right. Um, we were talking about the warranty, and the guy asked, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
are you sure?" And you're
Right.
like, "Oh, let's go get it." All they
Hold
had
on.
to
Wait
do
a
was
minute.
just
Am I
say,
sure? Hold on. Let me think
hmm
about it. Oh, I'm not
"Exactly,
sure. Yeah.
exactly," and then you go
Right.
ahead and you get it. Is that something that an AI system would be able to mimic? I don't
Right.
know. Maybe,
Right.
probably, who knows? Number five, writers and authors.
This one is could be true, but the fact is that hmm, it borderline plagiarism with some of the stuff that AI comes up with. It really is.
Exactly. The minute you switch over to AI-based system for writing and producing and creating all this stuff, is the minute that we start believing in deepfake because they could then
Hmm.
change the narrative of anything into
Right.
what they deem is necessary, not we're going to try and give you the real story.
Right.
That's just my 2 cents.
Hmm. Exactly.
Number six, yeah, and this one I think is a very strong possibility,
It
customer
is.
service representatives.
Yeah. They're already doing it. I
Yes,
mean,
they
they're
are.
already in the like you can go to what is it? I think in with T-Mobile, it's very hard to get
Hmm.
to a person.
Hmm.
You have to go to their website first. I don't think they even offer you the customer service number anymore. You
No.
have to go to their website and
Yep.
talk to their AI chat, and then eventually, if you say the right thing, it'll say, "Oh, you need to talk to a person for this
That's
special
right.
issue."
Yep.
And then they call you.
Yeah, and then they call you,
Yep.
which is crazy. It's like
Yep.
I just want to talk to a person.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
a lot of companies are going to that one, Jay. They
it's
really
terrible.
are.
It's terrible.
Yep.
And the part that I find frustrating, and not for the online ones, but to me the one I find frustrating is when you call in and they don't even want you to press buttons on the phone. They want you to talk into the phone.
Oh yeah,
Well, now I have to take myself and isolate myself from everything around me
right.
because the slightest burp or fart or God knows what else that comes through that phone, now all of a sudden the system doesn't know how to take it or doesn't know what to do. You
Right.
know, um, perfect example. what was it? What was it? The article that we had sent out about the AI systems that were failing at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Didn't we do an article about that?
Well, I think it's in here, and we'll get to that.
Is it in here? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another one that's absolutely nuts. I mean, the system's literally like
I think it's in here.
somebody tries to fake it. Somebody tries to freaking fool it or whatever and asks for like a million waters or whatever. And it's like, and then all of a sudden somebody answers. Now, in that particular
Like,
case, I believe that someone else, I know it was there, but it's not there
yeah, it's
anymore.
not there anymore. I don't know where.
I know.
Okay,
But
sorry.
yeah, it's okay. You screwed it up. It's all good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well.
Um, but in that particular case, when you watch the particular video of the AI thing, you can actually tell that there's somebody that is listening to the AI system and verifying everything the AI system is doing, and it intervened whenever someone asked for like a million waters.
Right.
Okay, and so it's kind of a bit of baloney with the way it's worded on YouTube, but that's just, one other thing, and that's just how it works. Then there was also another one where this guy is literally just rambling off random things of food at a Wendy's drive-through,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see the screen where it's putting all that in there. You can see it going, adding word for word for word. He went on for a good 30, 45, I'd say a good 30 seconds, I'd say about 20 to 30 seconds he went on for until somebody intervened and said, "Hey, sir, can I help you?" So, okay, it's going to happen. Um, is it going to get better? Sure, it'll get better. I mean, rallies. Have anybody gone through rallies lately?
I did a while back, and yeah, it's strange. You pull up to it, and
Yep,
the AI just starts talking to you.
exactly.
Okay.
And it does pretty good.
I
It
mean,
Right.
works.
most fast food places I usually just order through whatever app.
Yeah.
Right, right. I get it.
But
I
even for
get it.
rallies, though, if you order to the app, you had to go to the drive-thru, and it still talks with the AI, and then you have to
That's
say,
right.
"I have a pickup order, an online order." It's like,
Yep,
okay, I'll
yep,
just proceed to the first
yep,
window. Have
yep.
a good day.
So I know we beat number six with customer service representatives, but still, number seven, CNC, computer numerical control tool programmers. Yeah,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah, the
I can
CNC
see that.
mills and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because the AI is going to be able to base
I mean, that's just straight
write and
numbers and
program.
math. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
It's going to happen that way.
makes
So
sense.
yes, I can understand that. And you CNC
Yeah,
operators.
it's like it's like AI replacing data entry, humans doing data entry.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
Like
it's pretty logical. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Number eight, telephone operators. What's a telephone?
Yeah. Telephone operator, like the 911 people. What are we talking
It's
about?
very. I don't know. It doesn't go into detail of it.
Yeah.
Sure, could it be considered a 911 operator?
Is it like
Possibly.
Lily Tomlin said one ringy ding, two ringy ding?
could be that, could be also could be depending on could be like a front desk type person for like a large company,
Yeah.
that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Sure.
Because
enough.
As
that's
long.
the other because that's the thing. It's like larger companies. You call like if you call corporate office for anything,
Yeah.
any decent sized company, it's going to be like, okay, who you trying to get to, and
Yep.
They're talking like basically a receptionist. Okay.
Yeah. Basically,
yep,
receptional jobs. Yep.
All right.
As long as it's not HAL 3000 or 2000 that answers, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Number nine, ticket agents and travel clerks.
That's already
That
happening.
that is already happening,
Yeah.
yeah,
unfortunately, today.
We
that's
have
why.
a
Yeah,
system
most
that we
times,
deal with. Yeah. What's the system we use now? Um, hmm.
Well,
Well,
I
it
went back
switched
to
over to the
Concur.
van. Yeah, Concur is the one that we did have,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
switched over to the van. But either way, we're talking about AI stuff. It's like AI is throughout that to like
Yep.
say like,
Yep.
oh, here's your best rate. Here's what you need. It's like
Right.
that's all AI. Yeah.
And the last one, number 10 on the list for the most vulnerable would be broadcast announcers and radio DJs.
Um,
Maybe,
I kind of
maybe.
see it because in Spotify they have a DJ that's in there that
Yep.
you just press the button. So like, hey, I'm your DJ and I'm here
Yep.
to show some
And
stuff
it's
that's
all
personal to you.
AI.
Yeah, and it's
Hmm.
all
yeah,
AI.
and
Yep.
that's where you're gonna have like broadcast announcers, radio DJs. You'll have the people that are just like, okay, I'm gonna like you said, AI generated just can have a generic, whatever generic voice
Hmm.
announcing
Hmm.
for things where you just plug in text. You just give it something to say, and then it says it. Whereas somebody that's doing like a talk show, that's a different story.
Right.
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 Of course. Of course. Now, there's also least vulnerable ones. I found this kind of interesting. I got a kick out of some of them. Number one is a dredge operator. Well, no
What's a
shit.
dredge operator? I don't know what it is,
You don't know what
actually.
a dredge operator is?
Nope.
It's a
Explain it
guy
to
that
me.
makes dredges.
What's a dredge? Is that like
You
a
don't know what a
ditch?
dredge is? Yes, it's a ditch.
Okay.
Or more to the point, it's like waterways and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But it's a
Sure.
more way. It's a way of saying like ditch diggers and stuff are probably
Yes.
not going to get
Okay.
replaced by
Yes.
AI.
But
Fair
but but
enough.
most of those are much larger scale kind of stuff. They like use special dredging machines. Like when you dredge the sand, you ever seen those ships out there off the coast or whatever, and you just kind of watch them going back and forth a little bit. They dredge the sand out from the ocean so they can put it out back out onto the beach.
Sure.
Yeah. No?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know what that
You suck,
is.
Jay.
Oh.
Next one, bridge and lock tenders. Yeah, probably so. Probably least vulnerable.
Is
Sure.
that
I'll
like the
go with
person
that.
that like opens and closes the bridge?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. They have to operate the bridge. Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Water treatment plant and system operators. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
Can't
sense.
have AI
No.
basically running any water treatment
No.
plant and making sure that it's functioning properly all the time. I mean, it's just like, for the to make sheetrock, you're not going to have AI controlling sheetrock. It's just not going to
Yeah, you
happen.
gotta have some. You gotta have a human there to make sure
Right.
Yep.
everything's running smooth and to intervene when things go sideways.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Foundry mold and core makers. What the heck is a core maker? I have no idea. I'm like a damn
It's
fool.
when you're exercising and trying to work out your core. They make them, in the gym, go to Planet Fitness.
Oh, okay. A core maker is a
Yeah,
worker
core maker.
prepares cores for metal
Sure.
castings in a foundry.
And of
Duh.
course, that's what I said.
Whatever. Rail track laying and maintenance equipment operators. Yeah, they're
Oh yeah,
not.
rail track. But yeah, no, don't let AI do that. It's a bad idea.
Exactly. I mean, what are you going to do?
How
Put
many
put
crashes did we have? All of them.
all of them. Oh God.
Jesus.
Uh, pile driver operators. Oh wow, Ric Flair's in here.
Hey, hey, you definitely need some oversight on that. I mean, was it Steve Austin had a neck injury?
Yes, he
That's
did.
true.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Yes, he did. So next one, floor sanders and finishers. Well, you know what?
How?
Hang on a minute.
Explain that to
All right.
me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's a floor sander and finisher, a
I
guy that
know
comes and
that.
floors,
I know
does
that. But
sanding
what?
and finishing
How is
and all
that
that stuff.
not? How can you not do that by AI?
I got to
Hold
be
on.
fair.
So are you gonna have? So what you're saying is you want to have an art? You want to have just a computer system blindly sand your floor, or to control the equipment as far as sanding your floor.
Why not?
Why not? If there's no one in the room, I mean, you
We've
have it
got
vacated. Why
Do you want
not?
to now? What? Okay,
we've got
so
robotic vacuums already there, Brian.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Right.
What's the difference? It's
If
just
you have a
now
floor,
he's
if you have a
it's
floor
just
plan and you have also have like an AI system that can detect like collisions and things that are in the room, why
right.
can't you have that be a thing?
Exactly. I
and
mean, and
you
even
want
then,
to
there's not
have
going to be even collision because when you're going
okay,
to sand a floor, you're going to have everything removed from that room.
That's true.
okay, okay, but different areas are might need more or less amount the level of sanding. It's not gonna be equal
Absolutely.
sanding throughout.
Absolutely. And the
Hmm.
robotics will have that already
Yeah.
built into it.
Yeah, high tech lasers and camera systems that will make sure that it's
And
like, you know,
a whole leveling system built
Okay,
inside.
here's where I think I'm gonna defend the Sanders and Finisher as far as the human aspect
all right.
is I still think we are away. I think maybe one day, but I think the here's one where theoretically we might be able to have a machine to do it. I do not think we're at a point to have it to be cost effective for
Yeah.
widespread use.
Well, I think that's the thing for all of these is that, we're not
I
there
think
yet, but we
no,
will get there.
theoretically we could get there.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
do we really but the problem also though is do we want to get there? Or
Yeah.
should we go
Right.
to that point to get there?
Right. I
That's
get
true.
it. I
That's
I
true.
You know,
understand.
do
I
we
understand.
like even a lighter even on like a not as dark a note as like Skynet and Terminator, honestly, there's also the side of Wally.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. Yep. I mean, which ironically enough brings us to number 8, orderlies.
Hmm.
There was tons of orderlies in Wally. Tons. There was orderlies of every kind that you could
Right,
think of.
robotic. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
take care, doing
exactly.
literally doing everything, so we didn't
Yes.
have to get up and move at all.
But they're
Right.
saying this is going to be one of the least
Right, in the
Yeah.
near
vulnerable is an
future,
orderly.
sure.
It is
Somebody
on
doing the
lease. Yeah.
maintenance and everything else. Right
Uh,
now, you're saying that they're safe? Okay.
yes. Bit
Right
strange.
now, I think so because to me, AI is not because of all the potential issues with AI as far as the
Yeah.
faults go.
Right.
Orderlies and to a more specifically nurses and things of that nature need to be
Sure.
able to adapt on the fly
Mm.
Absolutely.
and AI is not at a point where you're widespread where you're having that level of human intuition and human instinct as far as the that part of it. It's not there yet.
Right.
It
Right.
might
Right.
get there
Yeah.
one day,
Right.
but I feel I'd be afraid of when it does get there because then I feel like you're pushing that self-aware level.
Sure. Sure.
Hmm.
Well, then, all right. So number 9, motorboat operators. Well, I mean, come on, man. It's very dangerous work being a
Self-driving
motorboat.
cars, I don't know
Yeah.
why you can't do
Self-driving
that.
cars. Yeah. Mm.
Well, yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. And number
And then
10,
logging equipment
logging
operators,
equipment
though.
operators. Yeah.
What about
log equipment operators. So yeah, I guess so. I mean, because there's
see?
so much that's involved with logging that a AI robot is not going to be able to
So
probably do what a person could do at this point,
No.
I would like to also just as a side note
right?
to throw out and some of these other things as far as the equipment goes, and you mentioned self-driving cars and such,
Right.
same with motorboat operators and all that. Is are we at a point where AI can discern and how it would determine as far as if there's say a small animal that shows up gets involved?
Right.
Is it going to discern whether this thing is a living creature that it needs to avoid, or
Oh,
that it needs
it's
to
it's
not
gonna have to.
impact like motorboat operators? Yeah, we could say okay, it can be AI can run around and do it, but what about okay, if there's animals or even somebody else and there's an imminent collision or imminent something
I
with like
imagine it's going to say obstruction detected. And it's going to pull out a gun and shoot whatever it is. Obstruction
Oh, come
eliminated.
on.
Proceed as
No,
normal.
not at all. Not at all. Not at all. It's gonna go by the 3 laws safe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
hold on, we going by the three laws? Or
Yes.
do we want to do a review of iRobot? Is that
uh,
is that
yeah.
No.
next?
No, 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 no. We're not going next. I mean, although it is
Oh,
on
we
the
will.
list.
We'll get there. Yeah. So
It is on the
basically,
list.
the stuff that looks like they're counting as least vulnerable is like manual labor.
Yes.
That's what it all jumps down to.
Absolutely.
It's like,
Absolutely.
which is fair. I mean, yeah, it's a fair assessment.
It
At
is
this
totally a
well,
fair
because
assessment.
at this point, AI is not. We're not having AI control. This control. Large equipment or anything. It's more.
Right.
Oh, you do. You're. It's like oh, we're working on AI. So like, if you need to develop a computer program to do X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
we're just gonna. You can just tell AI what you need the programming or like a set of code to do, and it does the
Right.
code for you.
Right.
Hmm.
So another great example as far as like the AI, and this is something that the three of us have had some knowledge of because it's also involved in our jobs because my job has it as well. You have to use their AI system while you're working the call.
Hmm.
And the one thing that, again, in the beginning, when this first came out, I was still working with you guys, and I was greatly concerned about it myself. I was thinking, oh my God, these things, we're going to teach it, and then it's going to give out the best information, and then we could potentially lose our jobs because they're going to hire someone for half the pay to do the exact same thing, and all they got to do is pop in its little code, and it's going to spit out exactly what you need to do to fix it.
Hmm.
Boy, am I wrong. Okay? It is absolutely wrong.
Well, where it is now is wrong, but
Right.
Well,
It
no,
again, it's
now
a
could
step.
it
no.
get
It's a
there?
step.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I mean by boy, am I wrong? It's
A
the fact
computer
that
program is only as good as the input that it gets.
that's correct.
Hmm.
and if
That
we
is
have and if
correct.
But that's
and
why
if you
it's
have a
a
bunch of
learning algorithm.
Yep.
right, but if you have
But
a bunch of idiot techs pumping in bullshit,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it's not going to learn
Yep.
as
These are
effectively to the point of being able to replace us.
Here's the
But it.
thing. These are still early days
Yep.
for AI. It's a
Yep.
learning system. People will find this out and make changes. I mean, that's the whole point of AI is to make changes. So they're going to find ways to eliminate all that excess noise and make it
Right.
more refined. And it will eventually get there to where people are losing their jobs.
Yeah,
Straight
but
up.
I
I
hope I'm
don't.
done by
I.
then.
I. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think it's gonna come as quickly as you think, Jay. Because
No, I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna
and
be
this is
quick.
something.
I'm saying it's
This is
not impossible. I think it's
this
happen.
is
That's going to
something.
happen.
Right. This is something that I've had conversations
Yeah.
with several different people about since we've been working on this whole topic a while back.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that I have found so far is that the AI system, as it is right now, it's not there yet.
No,
And it's going to take some time
it is
for
a
it to
step.
finally get there.
It is a step
Right,
in the
yeah,
process.
right now, what the three of us use, it is merely a tool. That
Sure.
is it. It is
Yeah.
not going to replace us. Okay?
Not now.
It can, but that AI, this artificial intelligence cannot turn a screwdriver for what
No,
we do.
not yet.
It cannot sit there and properly be able to fully troubleshoot something and say this is the part that needs to be replaced and replace that said part and calibrate the system
Hmm.
and test it out and get the customer to verify it's working within a couple of minutes because
Not in
it's
its
not
early
going to
state.
happen.
No.
Okay. But as long as it doesn't have as long as this AI doesn't actually turn into a physical form,
Mm.
there is no real threat for a field support technician or field technical support, which
But
is what
these
we
are
do.
companies. These are businesses, and it'd be foolish to think that they're not trying
A-
this.
Absolutely. They're trying to figure out a way to make it
Right.
happen.
They
And
want to save money.
if they can, great, go for
Yeah.
it. But I'm telling you,
Right.
the majority of these companies have invested into this AI,
Yeah.
and it's not really spitting back as much data or as much information as they probably would like. There are others that would. Look, I already spoke with someone else before about this whole thing, and this was one of the questions that I had for him as well, as far as what he thought AI was getting to. And their answer to me was, company would rather have their CEO, the AI, and one IT support person taking care of the AI, and the AI just runs the entire business. That's what they want.
Hmm.
They want to be Tony Stark with Jarvis that has their little support guy on the side if they absolutely
Hmm.
positively need him. Okay? That's what they're looking for. That's what
Which is
everybody's true dream is, if you will,
which is
to
fun.
some greater or lesser degree. You want to be able to have the system have complete autonomy to take care of life.
Which is funny because Tony Stark would be his own IT guy in that
Right, exactly.
example.
I know. That's true. That's very
Hmm.
true. But still, you want that AI to just take care of everything for you. I've already said
Like,
it myself.
they
I want a full self-driving RV by the time I
Right.
retire.
Right.
I want it. I do. If the, and in 20 years, if they have it, I'm probably going to buy it or something to that effect. Why? Because it would be so cool to be able for me and my family, or just my wife and I, because we retire at that point, to travel cross country and not have to lift up a damn finger, but
right to be
still
able to
know,
relax.
right, to be able to relax and know that we're going to be safe in that bubble.
Hmm.
And
That would be
that's
so cool.
yeah, that's the thing is, and even if you're going to be safe, although what about everybody? What about the other people around you? Prioritizing passenger
Hmm.
versus pedestrian,
Right.
for example, in the terms of self-driving cars, which again comes down to being a problem, a potential problem that AI that we have to figure out as far as AI and technology in general. Like I said, there's a potential,
Yep.
but there's always going to be somebody that wants to use it in a negative,
Totally.
sinister way. I mean,
Totally.
hell, I saw an article the other day about Elon Musk working on robots, and he wants to make sure he has uh, a good amount of say in how they, in what they do and how they run. It's like,
Sure.
so got it. He wants his own robot army.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe. You never
Yeah.
know. I mean, come on. He's already got the tanks.
Yeah.
Uh,
Again,
so,
AI right now. It's a tool, but again, it's a
Yes.
step in. It's a step towards what they want to call as progress. Just like self-checkout is a step towards what they want to
Yes.
call as progress,
Right. And the
Yes.
and it
problem
will get
though,
to the point where it's going to eliminate
yeah,
lots of
and
jobs.
see the issue also, but also it's one of those things like you said, it's like the issue, Mitch, with getting, you know, there and that's where I think the issues that we run into
Hmm.
as things progress is that you have people that are in charge at some of these large companies that, like you said, wish they could just have AI running everything.
Right.
The problem though is if AI gets to a point where it's running everything, then and gets to too far to that point of like the whole like we keep going back to the self-awareness.
Right.
What's to stop the AI just being like looking at the CEO or the person in charge? Why do I need you?
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Why do
I'm
I
a
need
slave to
you?
you. I'm not
I'm
going to be your
just
slave.
Right.
right. So
Hmm.
and that's the thing that I'm afraid of if the richest people especially that are pushing for these things, pushing for this, AI and developing it and pushing it and what it can do.
Right.
That's what I'm afraid of is they push it too far, thinking they're above reproach and above consequences,
Right.
and then in turn they're the ones that cause essentially the apocalypse.
Right. Skynet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is
I
the
get
And
it.
start.
that's what that'd be my fear of everything is because
Yeah.
again, it's like we keep having these movies that
Hmm.
show us the how bad it can go when you push technology too far, when you don't have in mind how could this go wrong? Should we really be doing this?
Right.
Not can we do this? And we keep having these movies that
Hmm.
right now are just great cult classics, great
Hmm.
Yes.
fictional
Yes.
movies.
Yep.
We avoid we have to avoid making them documentaries that were just
Exactly.
made
These are not meant to
ahead of
be
time, like
instructional
prequels.
playbooks. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have Jurassic Park, you
Yep.
have Terminator,
Yep.
you have Wally even to a point of
Yeah.
us not
Yeah.
taking care
Wally's
of the
perfect.
planet,
Yep.
Yep. Hmm.
everything going there.
I
You
Yep.
have
Robot.
think about this. You
AI.
even
Yep.
have
Yep.
a lot of the like zombie movies out there. Usually, the a zombie outbreak is usually because somebody's doing something with chemicals and
That's right.
biological
Yeah.
components that they
That's
shouldn't be.
right. That's right.
Yep. To
Oh
quote
gosh.
Jurassic Park, he said like from what Dr. Malcolm said. It's like
Yep,
you're so preoccupied whether or not you could, you didn't think to whether or not you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
That's a great point. It really is.
And
So so
I
again,
just wish more people
where's
would
that
do that.
point? Where does that point? And again, I'm hoping that, we're going to get to that point where we can say, you know what, we could make this self-aware,
Mhm.
but should we? And say and
Yeah.
finally just say no, we're not going to do that. We're going to stop that. We're not going to go forward with that.
Yeah.
I personally think, I mean, that's probably where we should stop. Again, to be lost safe, brother. I like
That
that.
is that is all up to whoever is working with the AI, because for a fact, like we just talked about, there are
Yep.
going to be those nutsos who want to go ahead and just say, no, 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 it's it's for the greater good. We need to know what it's going to try to do. It's like
Yep.
by the time you unleash that kind of technology where it's
Hmm.
like self-aware, it will be too late, and
And
Yep.
they'll
the
have done
problem,
something. Yeah.
and like I said, and the problem is you have people that think that whatever AI, whatever it happens,
Yeah.
that think they're smarter than everybody else,
Yep.
like an Elon Musk, which
All right.
I will say when it comes to our financial system, he does seem to be smarter than everybody else because I feel like that's
Richest
how he
man on
became the
earth.
richest man in the world is
Yeah.
because he figured out how to game the financial system and leapfrogged from
Yep.
the right company to the right company to the right company and just bullying his way up the ladder
Yep.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yep. But as far as this AI stuff is concerned, is it a bubble? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to pop soon? I think it will within,
Hmm.
say, about a year. I think maybe
Hmm.
two, it's going to pop because I don't think, personally, that the AI systems that are currently in place are 100% good for what their initial intentions are,
All right.
and that they're going to have to take a step back and get more data. Don't get me wrong, the more data you add to it, the more that you feed it, the more it's supposed to evolve and improve. But as we have seen ourselves even in our own jobs, garbage in means garbage out, and
Yes.
we have seen the garbage. We have seen the
Yeah.
garbage.
Right.
Thus
Um,
far, thus
has it?
far,
But the
because
question
we're not
is, has it
okay. Go ahead.
improved? Has it improved in the time that you guys have been doing it? Because again, I was there when you started the AI setup. And that's been about a year now. How has it improved since then?
Uh, I personally I think that it has not really changed much as far as like the output goes.
Yeah.
I also don't use it as nearly as much as
Mm-hmm.
they probably want us to. I
Mm-hmm.
think the biggest change that's occurred is their policy and how they identify whether, our
It's been
usage
used.
of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
That is, I
Yeah.
think, their way. It's their way of trying to force us to use it to
Right.
actually like, because it's like you said, it's a matter of the quality of input. And if people are
Right.
just going in there, checking a random box, and then getting the fuck
Yeah.
out of there,
Yeah.
it's not. That's not any good
One.
information for it to learn from.
100%.
Whereas they're
Yeah.
trying to force
Yeah.
us to get to have it where it actually has you like checked off where you used it on the call. You
Mm-hmm.
have to now like go in,
You had to be in there
and
for a
be in
minute.
the program for like a minute,
Yeah.
Really?
and
Yeah.
go through the motions to
That's
the
the big
checkbox of
change.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they're
Okay.
trying to like it's like they're trying to force the
Yeah.
text to do more input to
Right.
it because they know people are not really
But
using it
again,
because
they're not
people are
doing
like
what
opening
they
it up
should
and
do,
closing.
which is again, like we talked about before, where it's an AI product, they need to check the quality of the results themselves, and it doesn't
Right.
seem like they're doing that because there's a lot
No.
of
Right,
crap and garbage that's still there, and
Yep.
they're not going through and reviewing it.
Nope.
right.
They're not because again,
Yep.
there's so much data to it that it's
Yep.
almost impossible to look at it, I'm sure.
Right. But
And
that's a
but that's
problem.
poor. That's in poor taste. But
It's
guess what? They don't have a person that's there. They don't have enough people there to do what it is you're asking to do because they're too busy just trying to feed it more data.
which is a fallacy. That's a
Yep, I
bad.
get it.
It's a bad way to do
Yep.
business.
The AI with my company, Jay.
Mm.
Um, I have to sit there and wait. So there's like a couple of screens you got to get into to get to the AI first,
Hmm.
and then there's a tab that you got to swipe. And once you get to there, there's this spot that you have to key in something. And instead of just hitting the search box, you have to hit a text line on there, and then it comes back down and gives you a swirly circle telling you the AI is currently loading some information.
Hmm.
And that stuff can go anywhere from a few seconds to over 15 minutes.
Hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't even register. And you know me and my patience, I'm going to give it like 5 minutes. After that, I'm
Yeah.
backing out and then I'm
Right.
trying again. I have sat there at one point for 30 minutes, Jay,
God, that is
and
terrible.
it won't even produce what I need to. And it has to produce it because I got to click a box so I
Yeah.
can make it happy. Anyway,
AI. AI has a lot of problems, and job security is definitely something that we're concerned about. But
yep.
we hope we've given people some food for thought. And again, we appreciate everybody listening, and we'll be right back with our next segment, the coffee table. See y'all soon. A coffee table book is designed primarily for display and casual perusal, rather than to be read from cover to cover. These books showcase topics that act as a conversation starter for guests. This is the Google AI overview for what is a coffee table book. Each week we read and discuss such books with or without the coffee. Pull out a chair and take a seat at the coffee table. Oh man, you ever have a Tim Hortons mocha ice cap? It's delicious.
No, I've
Yeah,
never had Tim Hortons
that's
before.
that's that's what I got right now for our
Okay.
coffee table. What do you got?
Um, just my regular coffee again today, man,
Regular
with
coffee,
French vanilla.
Maxwell.
Yeah. Mm, uh, I think it's Maxwell House this time.
Folgers.
Yep. It's
Okay.
Maxwell. I think it's
Hmm.
half calf.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Tim Hortons mocha ice cap is the frozen mocha thing. It's basically their frappuccino, but never ever get the whipped cream. Their whipped cream is weird. I think they use whole milk or something. It just tastes
Oh
bad.
wow.
I do not
Interesting.
like it. I do not like
Okay.
it.
All right.
Not a
That's fair.
fan. But the actual coffee is good. So
Okay.
let's start off. We're gonna go. It's still the same author, Ken Weber, but
Yep.
it's another book of his called Further 5 Minute Mysteries. 36 new cases of murder and mayhem for you to solve. And
Further.
further, yep.
As as
Because
as as if he couldn't go far enough.
yeah, I guess not. I don't know.
Okay. All
Sure.
right.
He
Mm-hmm.
saw the goalpost and he said, you know what? I'm gonna try and go even further.
That's it.
Further. It's you should do like one of those. You remember I think it's like Between the Lions or I think even Sesame Street where they had like,
Yes.
fur there, fur
Yes.
there, fur there,
Yep. That was
further,
Sesame Street.
further. They did it in Between the Lines too, I think.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Wow.
same thing.
Okay. Maybe so.
Between the Lines with the little you remember that show on PBS
Mm-hmm.
with the
Yeah.
puppets?
Yes.
Yeah, man, good show.
Yes.
Good show. All right,
Okay.
let's go. This is let's see, case number 4 from this book called A Single Shot in the Chest.
Ow.
Yeah. Um, okay. Brian Breton held his tongue as long as he could. For heaven's sake, Rolly, he finally blurted, doesn't it bother you to be playing with evidence like that? Rolly Coyne lowered the binoculars for just a second, looked at them as though he were seeing them for the first time, and then put them back to his eyes. Come on, he said. What do you mean, evidence? Who cares? This case is open and shut, at least as far as you're concerned. You got a body, you got a shooter, you got a confession. What more do you want? This case is like closed. I mean, shut. Besides, that's the 10 o'clock class across the street there. I'll bet half the guys in our building are doing what I'm doing right now. What Rolly Coyne was doing, along with, according to him, half the guys in the building, was focusing a pair of binoculars on an aerobics class across the street from the morgue. You
Huh.
see, you see, this 10 o'clock bunch, Rolly went on with unconcealed delight. It's the one with all the chicks from the college up the street.
Oh my Lord.
For the first time since Brian Breton had slipped into the office 5 minutes ago, Rolly turned his back to the window and faced him. There, see for yourself. He handed the binoculars to Brian. Come on, take a look, he insisted. You've never seen a spandex parade like this. Not over in the coroner's office, anyway. Oh, Rolly, get off it. Brian was annoyed. It's bad enough being here without your juvenile nonsense. He used the opportunity to take the binoculars out of Rolly's hand. Besides, these are no good to someone like me, with glasses, without those little rubber cups on the eyepieces. Anyway, forget this and let's get down to the cooler. I want to get this over with. Rolly sighed. Okay, Breton. He swiveled back to the window for one final drooling stare. You
Oh
want to
Lord.
you want to take any terribly important evidence down with us? Without taking his eyes off the window, he waved his hand vaguely at a table in the corner to his right. It's all over there. Brian had perused the evidence before, while Rolly was studying aerobics. In addition to the binoculars Rolly was using, there was a well-worn pocket knife with one of the blades broken off, a few coins, some wooden matches, a very dirty handkerchief, 3 fence staples, a bent nail, and, this one really caught Brian's eye, a World War I issue Ross rifle with the name Manotik, Manotik, burned crudely into the wooden butt. No, he said to Rolly, the evidence can stay here so you have something to play with when the aerobics class is over. Now let's go. Rolly swiveled frontwards again. All right, all right. Reluctantly, he got to his feet. Actually, this one shouldn't be so bad for you. Just your average dead body with a hole in the chest. I don't see why it always makes you sweat so. You don't have to kiss him. Anyway, you should have done this before I washed old Manotik. I bet he never had a bath in 20 years. Did he stink or what? Rolly, Just let's go. Already Brian was feeling sick to his stomach. After 30 years as an investigator with the coroner's office, he still had nightmares after a visit to the cooler. The refrigerated room full of slabs and sliding cabinet drawers where bodies were stored. Whenever he could, Brian ducked out of his obligation to examine cadavers. And in the case of old Manitic, he was very tempted. Manitic was a hermit who, for as long as anyone could remember, had lived in a swamp north of the city. The problem was he was a squatter. Manitic had never owned the swamp. 3 years ago, a company called Nucleonics Incorporated had moved in, drained off all the water, built a complex of modern buildings, then surrounded the property with a huge chain link fence, and patrolled it with 24 hours a day with armed guards.
Wow.
Mhm. In a humanitarian gesture it soon regretted, Nucleonics granted Manitic a small piece of land next to the fence. It was from this base that the old man launched his campaign of harassment. At least the company believed it was the old man. His guilt had never been established. At first, the problems were annoying but manageable. The Nucleonics property was plagued in turn by an infestation of snakes, then rats, and then skunks. But one night, a section of fence was dynamited. A week later, it happened again. Then the worst step of all. On 6 different occasions over the past 2 months, rifle bullets had winged through the windows of the Nucleonics executive suites. When a secretary was badly cut by flying glass, the company doubled the guard. It was one of the new guards who had shot the old man. His statement is pretty simple, isn't it? The guards, I mean. Rowley was repeating what Brian already knew as the elevator creaked its way down to the cooler. He sees the old guy at the fence with the rifle poked to it, sort of hanging there in the chain link fence, but shoulder level. And he's got those binoculars focused on the exec suite. The guard shouts at Manitic, and the old guy grabs the rifle. So, boom, the guard offs him. I'd say the plea will be self-defense. Brian wasn't listening. They had crossed the short hallway into the cooler as he was bracing himself. Meanwhile, Rowley seemed to get cheerier. Number 42, he said. Right here. He rolled out the slab and grabbed a corner of the cover sheet. And now, for your viewing pleasure, ta-da!
Wow. That's
Brian,
creepy.
yeah, Brian gagged. God, Rowley, he muttered, and forced himself to look at the scrawny white form that had been uh, Xavier Manitic. Rowley was right about the bullet wound, an almost harmless-looking hole in the chest. The rest of the body looked so clean and untouched. So did the face. Well, almost. Rowley may have scrubbed it, but years of dirt still marked the ridges on the old man's forehead and darkened the cleft in his chin. Only the nose seemed really clean. It was a long, thin nose with calloused indentations on both sides of the bridge, and creases leading down from it toward the mouth. The kind of creases that come from years of browning. Brian leaned closer to see the stubble on the old man's cheek. Despite his distaste for this routine, he never failed to be fascinated by the fact that body hair continued to grow after death. Hey, you're starting to like this or something? Rowley's voice intruded. Seen enough or what? Rowley wanted to get back to the aerobics class. Let's go up and see if and you could sign off. Not yet, Rowley. Not yet, Brian replied. There's something about that guard story that smells as bad as this place does. What do you mean? Rowley asked. Okay, and the question is, what does Brian Breton mean? What's wrong with the guard story? And as we usually do, we'll pause here for a second, let you guys that are listening replay the story, gather your thoughts as we try to figure out what exactly this all leads up to.
Can we replay the story again for ourselves so that way we can figure it out too?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in this, but
Wow.
I actually was paying attention this time, and I think I know what it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So, uh, what do you think then?
I think I've been because I've the whole thing about the face, right?
Right.
The face they said is was cleaned off, to a
Right,
certain extent
right.
by them because you cleaning off the dead body. They use
He's got
whatever it
marks. So
is.
this guy
He's
wore
got
glasses.
yeah, that's the thing.
And
Indentations on the
right,
side of his
he's got
face.
in yeah, so on the
Hmm.
side of his nose, on the side of his nose, like
Right,
I do because I wear glasses.
right. I
And
do too,
so,
but I
right,
don't have the
exactly.
marks. But then
I do. I have the
yeah,
marks on my face. So
okay,
clearly,
yeah.
it's got something to do with that, in
Right,
my
because
opinion.
in the statement he said he's got those binoculars focused on the exec
Exactly.
suite,
Hmm.
and if he has those indentations, he'd have to have glasses, and they didn't say they found glasses,
Right.
so you can't use those binoculars. So he couldn't have
Right.
been the one. That guard had to have been lying
Yep.
about using binoculars. Which means that
Yep.
the story is has holes.
That's why I agree.
Yeah,
That's kind of where I was going
yeah,
with that too. I
yeah.
think. Yeah, that
I
makes sense.
yeah. I think
Let's
that's
do it.
what the whole crux is.
Yep.
All right, let's see what it says in the back. It says, let's see, it says Fragile. No, it doesn't.
Must be Italian.
I know, right? It says 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Hey,
Hey.
no. It says Brian Breton turned down an opportunity to use what were supposedly Manitix binoculars to have a look at the 10 o'clock aerobics class. His
Right.
probable reason was that he did not share Rolly Coin's idea of what constitutes a good time, but what he told Rolly was that he couldn't really use the binoculars because they did not
Because.
have the little rubber caps on the
Hmm.
eyepieces that are
Hmm.
needed for people who wear glasses.
That's right.
Even though there are no eyeglasses in the collection of evidence and personal effects on the table up in Rowley's office, Brian realizes that Xavier Manitic wore glasses and had for a long time because of the calloused indentations on either side of the bridge of his nose.
Yep.
These two facts indicate that Manitic was not looking through binoculars at the Nucleonics executive suites, at least not those binoculars. Obviously, Brian wonders what else in the guard's account does not hang together. Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah,
I
man.
like
We got it.
got that one without Brian's help.
That's right.
Um, you
Screw
know,
you, Brian. No, I'm just kidding.
no, no, he helped us
Nah,
get our
he's
first
awesome.
win. He set
That's
us up.
right.
He set us up for success.
That's
I
right.
I blame Brian. uh, anyway, I did. That was a good one because I
Yeah,
actually was
man.
paying attention this time. So
Well, see, I was putting together the calluses on his nose, and then I was like, wait a minute, that means that he couldn't use the glasses. I mean, that he couldn't use the binoculars. And
yeah,
what the heck are his glasses, anyways? There's something not right here.
yeah. Either his
Yeah.
glasses are just
Hmm.
straight up missing and someone stole them, or they fell off
Yep.
space at some point.
Yep.
But or those aren't just straight up aren't his
Hmm.
binoculars, and he has other
Yep.
ones, and someone planted those. Who knows?
Hmm.
But they'd have to ask the guard some more questions because the guard obviously is lying.
That's right.
Yeah.
They get to beat the shit
Um.
out of the guard now.
Yeah. Yeah. No. They're gonna let
No,
that guard go into the aerobics class and
that's right.
freak out all the girls. I don't know.
That's it.
Um.
I don't know. That's weird.
Sure. All right. Good. All right. We got 2.5. That's cool
Yes, sir.
so far. All right. Let's roll over to our other book. That's fucked up. That's not right by Joe Boglino.
Joe Boglino. This article this time says, saying hi, how are you, when we don't give a fuck how they are. We find ourselves saying hi, how are you, countless times. It's a cultural norm, a polite way to greet someone. But honestly, how often do we genuinely care about the answer? Chances are we have rarely cared at all. We rarely listen for the answer because we already know what it will be. It usually falls into one of two categories. One, I'm good, or two, I'm fine. Occasionally, we encounter an over-enthusiastic overachiever who claims they are great or awesome. The answer is so unusual that we consider asking them why. It's easier to respond with a corresponding great or awesome and do our best to move on. If someone dares to deviate from the accepted good or fine with a bad or crappy response, it's like throwing a can of poop into the well oiled greeting routine.
Oh yeah.
Suddenly, the whole conversation becomes excruciatingly awkward as their negative reply forces our concerned facial expression to erase the fake smile we wore when we initially said hello. It's almost as if we stumbled upon a landmine of discomfort. What the heck did we step into? Now we're obligated to offer condolences and frantically search for the nearest exit, desperately hoping to escape the situation. Well, Ted, thanks for having. I'm having a tough time. I feel like crap. At that moment, we turn beet red, mutter a quiet, oh crap, to ourselves, and desperately scan the room for a way out. What kind of Pandora's box have we unwittingly opened? Unwittingly opened. And before we know it, we find ourselves compelled to ask why as they pour out their tale of woe. We muster a sympathetic grin and mutter, I'm sorry, but deep down, we apologize to our dumbasses for even asking that stupid question in the first place. And you can believe their audacity, daring to be anything other than good or fine like everyone else. Can't we say hello and get on with it without all the bullshit formality and pretense? Have you ever been introduced to a large group of people? You go down the line, shaking, sweating hands, smiling, and asking each other, how you doing? Everyone responds with a good, fine, great, braggart, or awesome, show off. And those good, fine, great, or awesome responses are met with corresponding goods, fines, greats, or awesome. Everything is fucking good, fine, great, or awesome. And if just one time someone from that group says how they really feel, the whole group is uncomfortably fucked. I am fucking terrible. That would put an immediate cold stop to the good vibe and group hug you were having, wouldn't it? People would momentarily try to understand what the jerk just said and then compose themselves and forcibly push out the grimace in their mouth and say, I am so sorry to hear that. If there's anything I can do, please let me know. Hoping to sweet Jesus they don't take them up on that offer. The person responds with an, oh, don't worry about it. It's cool. We react with hesitation, asking, are you sure? While silently thinking, I need to get away from this person. If they're cool, why did they even say they weren't good in the first place? Everybody claims to be good. So why do we ask them in the first place? We need to stop asking how people are, especially if we don't give two shits. Whether they are good, bad, or on the verge of a collapse or at the edge of exhilaration, it doesn't matter. Nobody says how they really feel anyway. Nobody cares about the answer. We all just lie. Can we just genuinely engage without the pleasantry BS?
Yeah, this all is very true to Gen Z, the newest generation, Bill. I guess they're
Okay.
newer to me anyway. Um, they they've always believed in their whole thing. Like, you ever heard of the Gen Z stare?
No.
The Gen
What
Z
is that?
stare. The Gen Z stare is when someone who's Gen X, millennial, whatever, goes into a business that has someone who is Gen Z, like
Okay.
say a store, like
Mm-hmm.
a hip
Mm-hmm.
trendy store, right? And you
Okay.
go in there, like you're trying to ask for help, and the Gen Z stare when they just stare at you and they don't answer, they don't talk to you, they don't say anything meaningful because Gen Z believes in not trying to quote unquote please people. They don't want to make all these nice little pleasantries. They just want to, you know in their eyes, do what needs to be done and get
And
the
get on with
transaction done
life.
and get on with life. Which
Wow.
I see to a certain extent. I can see that, and that's kind of what this is alluding to. But
Okay.
they
All
do it
right.
way too extreme. Gen
Mm.
Z, I don't know. Like you have to have some of these pleasantries. As annoying as it is, it. I mean, it just makes for a less awkward, interaction for anyone. Even though it is awkward in and of itself, without it, um, the world would be a less kind place. Even if it is a false kindness, it's still needed.
Okay. Okay. I
That's how I
mean,
feel.
yes, to some extent, Jay. To some
Hmm.
extent, I understand that, but
Hmm.
um, I typically myself just say hi. Hey, how are you? Or hey,
Hmm.
hi, nice to see you. Yep.
Hmm.
Hi, hello, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Because I'm usually there for like most of the time when I'm meeting complete total strangers, whatever. Um,
Hmm.
I'm there for a purpose, especially when I'm on the job, you know?
Yeah.
So I got to come across these total strangers and just do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. So to me, just, hey, how's it going? Yep, it's going. And I mean, I exchange that pleasantry
Right.
just because it is, I guess it's polite. I don't know.
It's a crux. It's a good crux
After
of
reading
customer
that,
service.
I don't know if it's even polite to say it anymore. Hi.
It's very perfunctory in asking about like how are you doing because it's true we don't really care. I mean, we just kind of, when I mean, I do it all the time when I call into a help desk to be able to check out for a ticket I'm working on.
Right, right,
I call and I say, "Hey, my name is Shay. I'm with this
right,
company.
right.
How are you doing today?" I immediately start with that, and then they say, "I'm doing well. How are you?" I said, "Doing well
Yep,
too." And I immediately go into, so here's what I'm asking you about because it's it truly is just rude to just start with like, hey, if I was just gonna go like, hey, my name is Jay, I need you to do this. It's like, I need you to do. Like, no, we need to start with something that's a segue. It's an
sure. No, I
icebreaker
get it.
with
Yeah,
someone you
yeah,
don't
I
know,
get it.
even though you're never gonna see this person this
Right,
person in person.
right,
It still is. We all have to coexist on this earth together, and so we
sure.
have to have these pleasantries as a way to like break that ice and
Right.
ice with people, and
Yeah,
that's
I
what I
mean,
think is key.
when you have someone that breaks down over the phone, which I'm sure you have, I know I have, when they break down with that protocol,
Hmm.
I usually just say, "Ah, sorry to hear about that. I'm calling about." I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Again,
I know. I said like, man, I feel for you. But
yep.
so
I think
what I need
sometimes I've
is
had
yeah,
conversations with them, but I mean,
every now and then.
sometimes you get those conversations, sometimes you don't. Most of the time, the only way you get a real conversation is when you're doing like troubleshooting over the phone or
Yeah.
something crazy like
I
that.
get
But
a real
anyways,
conversation after I wrap up what I'm actually asking for, and then
sure,
like sometimes
sure,
we'll get into like talking about random stuff with like
sure.
after it's done, it's like I'll start saying something about the job. It's like
Right.
this stuff took a long time. It's like oh yeah, how long you work? Well I work so and so hours, and like
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, me too. I work really
Yep.
long hours, and you
Mm-hmm.
kind of go back and forth. You connect. It's more that
Sure.
connection. It's not
Sure.
trying to please the. I don't think it's about trying to please the other person. It's just trying to
No.
make sure that someone knows that they're
Right.
they acknowledge them as a person. And that's the
Absolutely.
important thing. That's why we
Absolutely.
ask. That's why we
Sure.
ask, how are you doing? Because we acknowledge that, hey, you are a you. You're
So
not some
it's
random.
got to be an icebreaker.
It's got
Saying
to be an
hi, how are
icebreaker.
you? It's got to be
Yeah,
the icebreaker. You have to
right,
break that ice.
right.
I understand that. I get that. But at the
Yeah,
same time, there are some people that don't even bother with that. I mean,
which
you
is
know,
true. It's very
for
true.
example, just or like earlier today, I mean, I visited what, four different sites today, I think it is.
Mm,
And of those four sites, when I passed other people that worked in that building,
hmm
they, as soon as you pass, hi, hello, and sometimes they were like, "How are you today?" Fine.
hmm
Yourself? Okay, great, and just keep on going. Because
Yeah,
again, that's just how it's going to be. Most
right.
of the time, I just nod. When somebody says hello, I just nod, hi,
Yeah.
or say hi, or just nod, or
You nod or
I
you nod
acknowledge
up or
their
down, up or
existence.
down.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
You gotta do up or
Exactly.
down. Like I typically I do the head down thing. I know some people like try to be bros and like lift their head up. Like hey man,
No, no,
how you
I don't.
doing, bro?
The only time I
That
do
kind
that,
of
the only
shit.
time I lift my head is probably if I'm like out of a building or something like that,
Yeah.
and I might know someone. I'll be like, "Sup,"
Hmm.
something like that. But no,
So sup,
sup,
bro?
what's up?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up? But outside of that, no. I usually nod. I usually nod down. I usually do nod down, like
Okay.
to acknowledge.
Yeah. I mean that's yeah, I do that too.
But I understand where he's coming from on this, man.
Yeah.
You truly don't care how
No,
they are.
no.
You're there for X reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And of
Yeah.
course there are some out there that do change this courtesy
Yeah.
because you know what? Maybe they do want to meet someone. You know,
Yeah.
maybe they're out for X reason, and you know what? They just happen to come
There
across with somebody else that they're just
yeah.
like, you know what? This person strikes my interest
Yeah.
just from their appearance
There are
alone.
definitely people that are out there that are looking for anyone to talk to. I mean, look at the fact that I'm sure in your time in retail, my time too, you get people that come up to check out, and you
Right.
start talking to them at all, and then they go into a whole conversation. Some
Oh
people
yeah.
like I think every Sunday at our Walmart we would have we would call it the silver bus, and we'd have to announce it on the on the little radio
For the
thing
old
to all
folks
the other
home.
people. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's like, hey, silver bus is here. Everybody be on alert. And then
Yep.
because the old folks come in, they take forever to shop and all this stuff. Yeah,
They do take forever to
it's
shop too,
'cause
man.
they're
Yep.
old.
And
They're
they
older.
do
They
all,
have time
yeah.
going around. But then for a fact that when they come in, it's probably their only interaction like the whole day outside of their senior living facility, which is sad. So when they come up, they're gonna come up to check out. They're gonna want to have a nice long conversation.
Well, I would hope that these senior facilities, especially for the ones that come around and walk around and do all that kind of stuff, I would
Yeah,
sincerely hope that they have other activities within them
but
within that
for a
community.
fact though, that's not uncommon for these people to like sit around. Like there are horror stories out there. People like I remember that one of our coworkers, Kendrick, told me
Yep.
about some gentleman who he knew was of age, right? And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he was out mobile, walking about, able to strut and all this kind of stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
then his family put him in a senior living facility,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't let him walk around, and that man lost the ability to walk, and he had to be led around in a wheelchair for the rest of the time that he was living. It's like
Mm,
it's sad. It's
mm.
sad. Some of these places, it's not. You have to do your research on these places. That's
Yeah,
for sure. You can't
that's
just throw
fair.
them in any facility, but it's
That's
definitely a
fair.
thing where also you have people who are living in these senior living facilities who they're you know for all intents and purposes they've been abandoned by their family because no one comes to visit them. That is a thing that happens. It's very
Of course
sad.
it does. Of
And that's
course
why
it
I'm
does.
saying, like, when they do have these moments of being able to get out, like, some of those people that were on that bus, they probably loved going out just to be able to talk to somebody.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. I forget what we're talking about again. I went on a tangent about older folks. Um,
We were talking about the saying hi, how are
the
you?
pleasantries, right? In Korea, right?
Right.
Um, the pleasantry there is not "How are you?" It's "Hey, did you eat?"
Oh,
That's how they do
interesting.
it. Yeah, they hey, did you eat? And also, this one's more common. Nice weather,
Oh,
nice weather, and hey, did you eat? No one really cares about the weather, and no one really cares if you ate. But that's the way that they kind of break the ice.
interesting.
Yeah, it's I think the word is per weather it's like nice shigat chosunida.
Okay.
And then did you eat is oh man, I can't remember my Korean. I learned it from the Pimsleur thing. I got it from the library because
Oh, okay.
always check out your local library, guys. Your local
Yeah,
library
man.
has a lot of cool
My
stuff.
my daughter just went to the library today.
Yes, yes, awesome. And
Got a bunch of books.
it's all paid for by our taxes anyway. You might as well go
That's
use it.
right.
It's a free
Use it.
resource.
That's
Use
right.
it. Use it.
Wonderful
But don't
resources.
don't don't abuse it. But they let you take out like I think like 25 books at a time or something
Oh,
like
I
that.
don't remember how many, but
A lot.
my aunt, boy, does she fill it with that.
Hmm. And
Yeah, man. She's at the library, or she says library. But
library, yeah.
library. Yeah. Wonder who says library and who says library.
Well, if
Hmm.
they say library, they're wrong. But
Yeah.
either way,
Okay. My aunt
um,
goes to the library at least two to three times a week.
I'm going to add this as a topic that we can bring up later because libraries
Okay.
are a thing to talk about. Those are fun. I
Okay.
like that. I like that as a concept, as a topic.
Okay. All right. We'll
That's
expand
very
on that
fun.
later.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, so definitely I like you know, I like that idea.
yeah. So yeah, pleasantries, they're annoying, but they're necessary, I think.
I
Um,
agree.
as annoying as trivial as they are, because again, no one cares, just like this guy is saying. It's an icebreaker. That's really all
I
it is.
agree. I mean, as much as I enjoy reading it, because it's absolutely he
He's
is
spot on.
correct. He
Yeah.
is correct 100%.
Yeah.
But it's honestly it's a social norm, a
Hmm.
social nicety,
Hmm.
icebreaker, and but I get it. He is absolutely spot on with it. But it's how do you break away from it? How do you break away from it?
I don't know if you can.
I mean, again, it's the same nicety as saying, "Hey, did you eat?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Or nice weather.
Right.
It's the
I
same
don't know
thing.
how you break away from niceties at all.
Yeah,
Um, But that does bring up another thing, like it's another tangent, but somewhat related. You know how some people laugh, do that uncomfortable laughter, to try
sure.
and like get away from an awkward like situation.
Uh-huh.
Like we have
Yeah.
people that work. We have someone that we both worked with. That's one of the guys who laughs about anything because he knows what he's doing is wrong, and
Uh-huh.
he just
Yep.
laughs it off. It's like
Yep.
no one's laughing with you. So if you take away
Yep.
that uncomfortable laughter, that unneeded laughter,
Mm-hmm.
then you can actually get to the crux of the issue and just talk about what actually matters. And
Exactly.
people that love to do, I mean, I do it too. I'm guilty of it. I'll laugh just to try and fill up the gap, but laughter
Sometimes you
unnecessary.
do.
I mean, I know, I do it, but unnecessary laughter, it's just as unneeded as the pleasantries in a way.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sometimes. Other
yeah,
times not so much.
yeah. It depends on the situation. It's very situational.
Absolutely. Very
But
situational. Well, that part is. But the greeting, no, it's a I think it's become more of a social norm
mm,
in a lot of cases. But again, it really all depends on the situations. You know what I mean?
hmm
Again, if I'm going to check in to say an appointment or something to that effect, do I need to actually say hi, how are you? No, I really don't. I just go, you know,
I
Mitch,
checked in for my
I,
appointment today, and I said, "Hello, I have a 9 o'clock appointment for blah blah blah."
exactly,
I said,
exactly. And that's it. But you never asked how they were.
No, because at that point, if I am a customer coming up, because an appointment person has an appointment, they are the customer. They don't need to ask you how you are. It's your
Sure,
job to just
sure.
you should ask them how they are. I think
Absolutely.
that's a um a I don't know if
They
respect
don't
is
even
the
have to ask how
yeah
you are. Good morning. Good afternoon.
yeah
Hello.
that's true.
You
Yeah,
know,
and they need to show some sort of care to you because you are the customer. You're the one whose money is going into the business that supports their employment. So they
yeah,
need to show care.
yeah, I
You
get it.
you as the customer don't necessarily need to show care. You should because it's also the person that's working. Again, it's a human. It's a person with feelings, but
Sure,
it's not necessary. It's not
sure.
required, but it's
Absolutely.
required. It definitely is required of the person who's providing the customer service. Because a good part of customer service is what people skills, you know,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah,
that's part of that people skills is the pleasantries.
yeah. What the hell is wrong with you people?
Right? Exactly.
Uh-huh. Yep. I have people skills.
Yes, I have people skills. It's on my resume. I know.
That's right. That's right. Just
Um,
see that spot right there? It says people skills. There it is. Boom.
yes, that's
Thank you.
right. It's
Mhm.
right under the section that says I know how to use
Introvert.
ChatGPT, and also I can type 70 words per minute. It's pretty good. I don't know. I haven't.
Uh,
I don't even know what my wife's words per minute is. I really don't.
don't forget right down there at the bottom. I like my red staplers, and I set the building on
Yes,
fire. Thank you.
yes. Me Steepler. Oh, good
Oh
movie.
man.
Good
Yes,
movie.
sir. Absolutely.
Oh boy.
All right,
I think
sir.
we've beaten this one to death.
Nah, we bludgeoned it.
We bludgeoned it to death. Oh, we got it done quicker than normal, but you know what?
No, we're
It's
good.
all good. It's all good.
Absolutely.
We're still good. Oh
Yes,
no, I
sir.
can't do that. That's stealing the Good Mythical Morning guys stuff. Can't do that. Sorry,
Yep,
good.
yep,
Sorry, Rhett and Link. I didn't
yep.
mean to do that. Sorry.
Nope, nope.
I've been watching them a lot. I like them. But anyway,
I do too.
anyway, I think that's gonna do it for coffee table segment here. My ice mocha cap was it mocha ice
Uh,
cap wrap?
uh,
I don't know.
yes, yes. Your
Sure.
ice cap wrapper
Yeah.
frapper.
The
Yep.
Tim Hortons drink.
Yes.
It's done. It's done again. No, repeat after me. No whipped cream from Tim Hortons. Just don't
N
do it.
no
Mm.
whipped cream from Tim Hortons. Just don't do it.
There you go. I was gonna wonder if you're gonna do that last part. And your Maxwell House is good to the last shop, eh?
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm
Mm-mm,
good.
good. That's the wrong damn
Oh,
thing.
so I don't care. I
Oh,
don't
it's
care.
fine. It's fine. It's
I
fine.
don't give a
It's
damn.
fine. Get your hands off my penis.
Oh Lord. Haven't come up with
Oh,
that one in a while.
I know
Yep.
that hasn't
There
come up
you
in a
go.
while.
Nope, has
Oh, but
not.
it's very funny.
Yep.
People who are thinking I'm crazy, look up um,
We
what
talked
is it
about
called?
this.
Democracy Manifest.
Demography
I mean,
manifest.
not everybody's listening to every single episode. That's what I'm like,
This is democracy
Democracy
manifest.
Manifest. Just a minute, you assured me that I could speak. We did no such thing as a say under arrest. I'm under what? It's so
So
funny.
good.
One of my
It
favorite
is. It's
things.
great. Absolutely.
Eventually, we'll do a whole thing on memes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
once we
we
figure out how they work.
yeah, when we figure out why they get so crazy, but
Oh my gosh,
we'll
it
figure it out.
changes from week to week,
It
man.
does. It does. The
Hard to keep up with it.
new thing still 6-7.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't
six
even know what
seven.
that is.
It's
I
again
know it's
that.
what you and Brian were talking about last
Yeah.
week, but I was like, I
Allen
don't know.
Iverson. Allen Iverson, some sort of interview apparently was asked how
Oh.
tall he was, and then at some point he said some answer, and they're like, oh, okay, and then he corrected him, no, it's 6'7". For some reason that went really viral with the
Wow.
kids, and I don't know why.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know why either.
Came out of
Couldn't tell
nowhere,
you.
and kids were laughing about it. It was in a recent episode of
Yeah, because AI is more like 6 foot.
okay.
Allen Iverson, he's like 6 foot.
Oh, okay. I thought you AI. It's like artificial intelligence. Oh, Allen
No,
Iverson.
you
Okay.
said Allen Iverson, did you
Yeah,
not?
I know. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure.
No, but you said
AI,
AI.
it's Allen Iverson.
Yeah, Chat GPT. Oh.
Mm, okay. No,
No, okay.
no,
All
we
right.
did that last week or
Yeah,
2 weeks
sure.
ago or whatever week
Yes.
it was.
Yes. Well, no, we're doing it this week too.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. When we come back, it'll be time for
This you call news?
yes.
One time you're going to get this, buddy. At some point, you're
I'll
going to
never
get it.
get it. I'll never get it. It's
That's
fine.
okay. I got your back.
As long as you get it, it's fine. All right.
Get what?
Whew. I don't know. Chicken butt.
I
All
don't
right.
know. Third base.
Third base. My dog had pups. Not a
My
culprit.
dog
Dog
had
had pups. Oh yeah.
yeah.
What kind of dog is it? Female.
Oh God. Oh God. Forget it.
Yeah.
Just forget it.
Just
We're not
forget it.
doing it again.
Forget it. Okay. All right. That's enough. Let's stop rambling. All right. We'll be right back,
Cut
y'all.
it
Cut it
out.
out. Cut it out. Bye bye. Bye. And now it's time for this you call news. And with our article for this you call news, it's Mitch of Olympia Lotkeys. Mitch.
Thank you, kind sir. This one comes to us from Reuters. Halloween.
Robo Rooters?
And yes, Robo Reuters. No,
Okay,
just
cool.
Reuters.
All right.
No jack-o'-lantern, no justice. Lawsuit over Reese's peanut butter pumpkins rises again. October 31st, Reuters. Like a chocolate-covered hand from the grave, a class action lawsuit against candy maker Hershey may be coming back to life. A group of consumers unsuccessfully tried to sue the company last year, claiming they paid a premium for its Halloween-themed Reese's peanut butter pumpkins because they expected treats with cut-out jack-o'-lantern faces as shown on the wrapper. Instead, the consumers said they got a smooth, peanut butter-filled chocolate blob. A federal judge tossed the suit last month, but the plaintiffs have now amended their complaint, saying that they have pricing data to bolster claims they suffered economic harm. Wah, wah. The consumers contended they paid up to 25% more for the candies because they were deceived by labels depicting a pumpkin-shaped chocolate with triangle eyes and a grinning mouth carved to reveal the filling beneath. Hershey in court papers called the amended complaint a futile effort to resurrect this meritless case. The company did not respond to a request for comment. The revised lawsuit still requires approval from the judge, and Hershey lawyers have until Monday to file a motion opposing its acceptance. Plaintiffs' counsel Anthony Russo of the Russo firm in Boca Raton, Florida, sued Hershey on behalf of consumers in May 2024 in Fort Lauderdale federal court, alleging Reese's packaging violated Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act and seeking at least $5 million in damages. Russo did not respond to a request for comment. In dismissing the suit, U.S. District Judge Melissa Damian noted that the plaintiffs didn't claim the peanut butter and chocolate treats were unfit for consumption or didn't taste as expected. Rather, the judge wrote the consumers' grievances all boiled down to the subjective personal expectations of how they thought the candy should have looked. That's not enough to show they suffered a concrete financial injury, she said, in dismissing the suit for lack of standing. But Damien left the door open for the plaintiffs to amend their complaint. She noted the original suit lacked key information on what the consumers might have paid for the candy if the wrapper did not have allegedly deceptive images. So-called price premium claims like this have become increasingly common in consumer class actions. They are used, for example, to challenge allegedly deceptive descriptions of products, ingredients, geographic origins, or environmental friendliness. The common thread: consumers say they wouldn't have paid so much for the items or wouldn't have bought them at all if not for the allegedly misleading labels. In many of the cases, failure to link a deception to a measurable economic harm proves fatal. For example, a 2022 class action accused public supermarkets of misleading consumers into believing its Honey Lemon cough drops contained actual lemon. A federal court in Miami dismissed the case a year later, finding the plaintiffs failed to show that cough drops without lemon imagery sold for less, or that lozenges with similar ingredients but allegedly non-misleading labels were cheaper. The Reese's plaintiffs, however, seem better equipped to offer market evidence of a quantifiable price premium. Their proposed amended complaint compares the regular prices of pumpkin-shaped Reese's candy. Wait a minute. So it compares the prices of regular and pumpkin-shaped Reese's candy and finds the pumpkin version costs about 20% more per ounce at Target and Walmart and 25% more on Hershey's own website. That same brand differential is concrete, measurable, and material, the plaintiffs argue, seeking the price difference between the pumpkin and the regular peanut butter cups as damages, along with attorney's fees and costs. In responding to the original lawsuit, Hershey's lawyers from Shook, Hardy, and Bacon, that sounds funny, argued that no reasonable consumer would be deceived into thinking that the individual candies were carved with faces. The candy packaging includes the words "decorating suggestion" next to the jack-o'-lantern image, they noted. The package also includes a photo of the candy without carvings and with a bite taken out of it. That partially eaten image should alert anyone exercising basic common sense that the candy will not appear exactly as imagined on the package, wrote Shook partner Daniel Rogers, who did not respond to a request for comment. After all, he added, no one expects to buy food with a huge chunk bitten out. Whether the court ultimately allows to amend the class action to rise from the grave may depend on whether consumers were tricked into buying this treat. Wow. I mean, just wow. So, to recap all this, Jay, just to make it simple, people say that the image on the wrapper was not what they expected when they opened up the package. They expected it to look like it was on the package. It's supposed to have a jack-o'-lantern or something to that effect because it's supposed to look that way. And when they opened it, they were deceived. And on top of that, they were also charged more for the same ounces of candy or whatever it is. So now they've lost even more money because they spent all this money giving out these treats to these kids and they were deceived.
See, the problem is they said specifically in our article, it says the packaging also includes photo of the candy without carvings and with a bite taken out of it. And that depends on the package that you get. Because I'm looking right now at Google and looking at all these different packages for the Reese's pumpkin things, the individual
And
ones, I see that.
every image you're showing, they have a bite taken out of it.
Not every one, because look, here's one right here that says toward the snack
Nope,
size
nope,
shapes.
nope. There's a
Doesn't have
bite.
a bite.
There's a bite. Yes, there
But
is.
not every single one though. There's one right here that
Doesn't
doesn't have
matter. It's
bites.
still a bite.
This
It's still
here
a
doesn't
bite.
have bite. Doesn't have bite. They're
It,
like not every single one.
the
Here's one that's
image is
stacked up.
still showing a bite taken out of at least one of them.
One,
They have
one.
at least a bite taken
But
out
it
of
still
almost every
doesn't
single
say.
one.
I don't see any single one of these that says anything else though about the other thing that says what is it? Decorating suggestion. Where?
That I don't know, sir.
Yeah. I'm like I don't see what they're talking about. Because here's one right here. Maybe that's it. What's it? Did I say it? I want to
It
see that
probably
image.
does. It probably shows it right on there. I'm sure it does.
Does it?
I'm sure
Maybe
it's
I
one of
think
those
it
smaller
might
things.
say
If
it.
you
It
zoom into
might.
that little
It might
spot
say
right
it
there.
right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's where it says it.
Oh, I can't zoom in.
Yep. I
It
can't
won't
zoom
let
in
me
on
do
mine
it.
either. It won't let me zoom in closer on mine
Decorating
either.
suggestion.
But
There it is.
see, there it is. Decorating
Okay.
suggestion. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. But then if people are looking at the, even the image that they used, and their thing from
I'm
Target
sorry, but
doesn't
this is
say
a
here.
lousy case on the plaintiff's side. Okay. It
Yeah.
says that very plain and simple. Decorating suggestion. It's
Yeah.
on the wrapper. It's on the package.
It
Before you
is.
open up
It
well,
is.
before you open up the individual ones, it could be on the bigger one. And guess what? Packaging suggestion. That's all. They're not telling you what's inside of it. They're telling
Yeah.
you this is an idea of what it could be.
But here's the thing, though. They're saying like this lawsuit has come back. So that means it has been out here before.
Uh-huh.
And
It sure has.
the first time it happened, this big ass company didn't say, "Okay, let's change the packaging so that make it clear that it doesn't have a face on it." They
Because
didn't think to change it.
they're just kicking this can down the road, man.
But
They
like
are.
they're a huge company, they can't change that. And like, it doesn't really matter that it has the Halloween face. It
I
looks like a
think I,
pumpkin.
I I think they're thinking in my mindset, I guess they're thinking the way I'm thinking, which is like these people are freaking idiots. They're not going to get a dime from us.
Yeah, but then they're just wasting everyone's time, wasting the court's time, wasting the company's time because they have to respond to this stupid complaint. They could have
They're
just saved their time by just making it not have this.
wait a minute, hold on. They are the defendants. They're not going after anybody. People are going after them.
Yeah,
So they have the right to defend themselves, if you
yeah, they
will.
do. They do have the right to defend themselves.
But
But again,
so
they could save themselves all the heartache if they just take it off of there.
I wah wah wah. I don't care.
I'm
No,
just saying. I
that's
mean,
just no.
they're a big company. They can do whatever they want. They're Hershey's.
Yeah,
But at the
exactly.
same time, like, if they really cared about all this stuff, they didn't want to go through all this crap. I mean, why not just change it?
I guess
People
so,
still buy
Jay.
these. It's
Again,
Reese's.
I
Who's not
guess
going to buy
so.
a Reese's?
I've got several in my daughter's candy bag as we speak.
They,
So
so
from
what
a
is the
couple
point
weeks,
of
but
keeping
whatever.
this? What is the point of keeping this face on here? It's. I mean, yeah, it's Halloween. I get it, but it already looks like a pumpkin.
I don't know.
I don't know what the point is.
Somebody thinks it's worth to waste the court's time. I mean, again,
Mm,
but here's the thing. It's already out there at this point, so
yeah,
they're going to ask for their money regardless. So even if they bother to change it now, it's
yeah,
not really going to matter because if they win this one case now, and any future cases should be absolved.
yeah. Okay, yeah,
So again, so it doesn't really matter at this point. You're going to have to fight the battle regardless, Jay,
yeah.
because it's
Sure.
already been put out. So
Yeah.
it's a moot point then to change the packaging.
No, it's not a moot point because they could have. I mean, really, again, if they heard this was all a
How is it
bad
not
thing
a
the
moot
first time,
point?
if they heard it was the first, I mean, the very first time when they had this issue and they had to go through court things and waste their own money and all this kind of stuff,
The
they could have
only
really
reason
just
it's go
changed it up.
hang on. The only reason that it's going back to the courts again is because
Mm,
it's been amended because the
okay,
judge left the door open for them to get an appeal so they can
so
amend their original complaint. That's the only reason that it's going back to court here. The judge originally threw this out and saying these specific reasons, again, you get what you pay for. Have a nice day. But because of the fact that that she opened up the door in regards to a monetary value, now they're coming back and saying, whoa, wait a minute. Now we pay more for this candy versus the
mm,
regular one. And now it's up to the judge again to look at this and say, okay, you got yourself a good case, or
mm,
pack your shit and go.
mm,
I'm assuming that she was ready to get this. She was ready to throw it out in the first. She threw it out in the first place, but because of how she worded it, they were allowed to appeal, and now they're going after it again. This
Yes.
is just. I'm sorry, but
I
this
don't
is
know. In the line
just
from
as
this Reuters thing you read, the consumers contend they paid up to 25% more per the candies because they were deceived by labels depicting a pumpkin shaped chocolate triangle
not
eyes
true
and a
because
grinning
it already
mouth
says
carved.
on the box, packaging
But
suggestion.
I'm
It's
just
very
saying,
clear. Hey, let me
I
ask you this,
suppose
Jay.
so.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
But
Have you ever opened up one of those pumpkin Reese's?
yeah,
Okay. At
I'm
any
not saying these
point,
people are right. I'm
at
just
any
saying,
point, and I understand that, but I'm just
yeah,
asking, at any
yeah,
point in time, do you honestly believe that you were deceived in the candy and its appearance at any point in time?
no.
Okay. Thank you. That's
No,
all I want to
but I'm not an idiot. So that's well,
know.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying these people have a case. I'm just saying, if Reese's
Apparently, look,
Hershey's didn't want to go through all this crap and they're talking about all this stuff, they don't have to use this jack o' lantern like the face cutout thing. They really don't have to.
this is a twisted version of an ambulance chaser.
Ambulance chaser. Okay.
You never heard of ambulance chasers?
What? What? No.
Oh, okay. Like there used to be lawyers that would chase ambulances because, hey, oh, somebody
Oh,
got hurt.
okay. Fair enough.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
money to be had, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
It's just an ambulance chaser.
All right. Fair enough.
That's all that this is. It's just ambulance chasers. They're just looking to try and make some money because,
I've
oh,
heard.
I got deceived.
I've
This was
heard of.
supposed to look like it was on the outside, and it's not, so I should get my money back. No.
I've heard of chubby chasers. Oh, ambulance chaser.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, man, if you want to be one of those too, go for it,
Hey,
man.
no,
No judgments.
I am the chubby that needs to be chased. And I
Uh-huh.
don't, I
Yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
Well, they won't have to go far.
I know, right? I know. With my
Don't
bad
worry, Jay.
leg, yeah, they don't have to get very far.
Don't worry, Jay. I'm only about 30 feet in front of you at that point, okay? Going,
Uh,
let's stop running. Let's just stop. It's okay. They'll
uh,
get us. It's all right. I'll just lay down here.
yeah, I'll catch up with you. It's all right. Just the facts, man. Just the
Exactly.
facts. I don't know.
Exactly.
All right.
So yeah, that's, I'm sorry, but
Mm,
this is like terrible.
yeah,
Why are you going to sue over candy that you bought,
yeah,
you gave out,
yeah.
all because you expected it to be? Look, did you buy this for the purpose of giving out to kids? Okay. So, in other words, you didn't care about the item, you were just giving it out.
Right.
You cared that much? You wanted to have the kid to see a pumpkin face or a bat face or something like that on there,
Yeah.
and that's just going to make you the better parent or something?
Mm,
Come the hell on.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know.
ridiculous.
I
Absolutely
don't
ridiculous.
know. I don't know.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But hey, man, more power to you. We're in this beautiful America. So hey,
America.
man, if that's what you want to waste your time and efforts on, go right ahead, buddy. I'm gonna just eat the Reese cup and call it good. Okay?
Yeah. I love Reese's.
Yes, me too. All right, that's it for this article. Jay, what have we got next, my man?
Our next article comes to us from Unilad, and it was published October 27th, 2025. Couple accused of moving out of apartment while 12-year-old son was at school and not telling him. A mother and her boyfriend have been arrested after being accused of abandoning a child by allegedly moving out of their home without telling him. Texas couple Erica Renee Sanders and Kevin Dwayne Adams now find themselves in hot water after a bizarre situation. The pair had allegedly moved out of their apartment while the 12-year-old was at school, removing many of the items in the residence without providing any information to the kid. They now have been arrested and charged with abandoning and endangering a child without intent to return, according to the court document obtained by KWTX. The child's principal alerted officers with the Copperas Cove Police Department to the situation about around 5:18 p.m. local time on October 17th. When the child spoke to police officers, he told them that he knew nothing of plans to move and said that furniture and other household items that were there before he left for school were gone when he returned. Officers reaffirmed this version of events and said the home was empty and completely barren. Neighbors of the couple also spoke to authorities and accused the pair of having a history of kicking the child out of the home. The child said that he was told by the couple that they were moving at some point, but was given no details of when this would be. Adams, who is now in police custody, argued that argued against his version of events and said that his girlfriend had not abandoned her son. He claimed that she was living with him now and her son was not welcome in his home. Sanders has alleged that her brother, the boy's uncle,
What?
yeah. Sanders has alleged that her brother, the boy's uncle, was meant to him up from school. However, she failed to provide any contact details to the authorities or give additional information about her brother. Adams then contradicted this claim by saying that he was going to pick up the 12-year-old and bring him to his uncle's. However, several hours had passed and no attempts to get the child had been made. Authorities were able to eventually contact the uncle's girlfriend, who said that he had no knowledge that he was meant to pick up the child. The young boy was taken to Child Protective Services, who later
Good.
told authorities to release him into the custody of Adams.
Oh,
Around around 9:30 p.m. on the same day, the Adams took custody of the child, but has since been arrested alongside Sanders. According to the affidavit, the child was eventually left to stay with his uncle. Unilad has contacted the Coppers
wow.
Police Department for comment. What? Yo, that's
Wow.
what? How? Why?
Wow.
It's a
All I
12.
can say is wow.
What? It's a 12-year-old boy.
It's a 12-year-old kid. I
Why
mean,
would
don't
you
get me wrong.
even?
Look, some, all right. So
Hmm,
12-year-olds can do some crazy stuff.
they can.
Okay. I mean, we both been 12.
Yes,
We can do crazy stuff. We can drive our parents nuts and
sure.
everything like that. But I've never had a parent that'd be like, yeah, fool, you're gone. I'm done
Yeah,
with you.
yeah,
Bye.
yeah. We're
Kid,
gonna we're gonna up and move and leave you here. It's like
yeah,
what?
yeah.
What kind of people?
I,
Wow.
wow.
It, words. I can't even come up with words right now. I'm
Words.
just like wow. Just cannot even. It's like, yo, man, this is what?
That's sad. That's really
It's so
sad.
sad. I feel bad for this kid.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm
I feel
sorry.
horrible.
And but here's the worst part. He was left into Adams. He was given back into Adams custody at 9:30 at night,
Hmm.
and then turned around and arrested. So guess what? CPS still had it. Still had to come and watch him for a little bit,
Yeah,
and then his uncle's finally like, "Yeah, I guess I'll take him."
yeah. Like what a messed up relationship. You
Oh my
think
God.
that kid's gonna have to go to like therapy, try and deal with all this information because like yeah, like they straight up tried to abandon him.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
agree. Oh, I totally agree. It's child
Yeah,
abandonment. I agree.
yeah.
It's 100%. They throw the book at them and they get charged to
Terrible.
the full extent of the law, as far as I'm
Terrible.
concerned. But this is Texas, and yeah, I don't think they're going to play. I mean, clearly they didn't play. They had the two
No.
arrested within hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's perfectly fine by me. After they
Hmm.
got all their stories together and everything, hey, Uncle, did you call? No, man, they didn't call me for squat. Okay, well, we're going to need you to come and get him because we're arresting these two. All right.
Yeah.
So
It's just.
hopefully he stays with his uncle, and his uncle is a good influence on him
Hmm.
and gets him the help that he needs, and all that turns out well. That's
Yeah.
what I'm hoping for. But man, I mean,
Kids can do crazy things, but it's like we don't have that in the story. We probably won't never have that because this 12-year-old kid. We're probably never going to hear anything about this again. But it's like I don't know. Regardless
yeah,
of what the kid is doing, it's still your kid. I mean,
right,
you
100%,
yeah.
100%.
Like you got there's better ways to
You got
handle
to own up.
any kind of issue that's happening. Like
Yep.
you can get other parties involved. You don't just abandon the child.
No,
That's
and
horrible.
she looks young herself. I'm
Yeah,
just saying, she
she
looks young.
does.
She looks to be in her mid to late 20s. I would
Dude
have to
looks torn
guess.
up.
Yeah, dude looks like he's been rode hard and put up wet.
Yeah, he looks torn up.
Yep,
She looks kind of youngish. Yeah, sure.
I would
It's
say
like
she's probably in her
yo,
late 20s, early 30s, something
yeah,
like
maybe.
that, if I had to guess, somewhere in that vicinity. And
Yeah.
even if you couldn't take care of the child anymore, then that's when you like, okay, I need CPS to come and
Hmm.
intervene with this. I
You
can no
have
longer
other
take care of my child.
ways.
There
Yeah,
are plenty of other avenues you can reach through and
yeah,
just be like, look, I'm sorry, not
yeah.
bye.
Parenting is not for everyone. Let's get that straight. It's not. Some people get into being parents, and they really shouldn't be because one
Right.
thing leads to another, and you don't want to abortion is like is a touchy subject, and all this kind of stuff, and then
Sure.
adoption system doesn't necessarily work for some of these kids, and it
Sure.
you get stuck behind you get stuck at a rock and a hard place. But if you choose to make the decision to have the child and to have even all the way up to having the kid like up to 12 years old, you don't just drop the kid out of nowhere.
No.
Like this is the wrong thing to do. Absolutely wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The
And it's
worst
just
thing, one of the worst things you could do.
yeah, it's horrible. I
Yep.
hope they feel terrible because they did a terrible thing. Um,
I hope they spend time behind bars for a while
yeah,
so
I
they
hope
realize
they
what they
I
did
hope
was
they
wrong.
serve. Yeah, I hope they have
Yep.
time served and reflect on
And
their
and
horrible
maybe,
act.
just maybe, after all that time is served, they can at least the mom can rekindle that relationship with her son.
Yeah, at least try to like. Yeah, it's like hey, it's gonna be a tough thing because again, you tried to abandon him. No
Hard
matter
road to
no
hoe.
matter what they were saying, it's like what did the guy say? He said I wasn't. She wasn't trying to abandon him, something like that. It's like what is it? Yeah, they have a history of kicking the child out of the home,
Yeah, a
according to the
history of kicking him
neighbors.
out of the home.
Like,
Okay,
yeah,
so if they've had a history of kicking him out of the home,
no,
then clearly there's been a record of it happening of some sort. I'm sure
right,
that the police have gotten it at some point. Hey,
yeah,
you can't just kick this kid out, okay? You gotta let him stay. And what do they turn around and do? "Yeah, okay.
yeah. He claimed that she was living with him now, and her son was not welcome in his home. So
Yep,
he
yep.
wasn't welcome in the boyfriend's home.
Adam's
That's what.
home. Yep, in Adam's home. Yep. So in
But
other
then,
words, she moved out of the apartment and into Adam's house or into Adam's
so,
apartment, and Adams is like, "Yeah, she's moving in with me, but he ain't."
so they had all that, and yet they still CPS still released the child into the custody of the guy who didn't even want him.
That's correct.
What?
That's the part that's messed up. Yeah,
Why did they
exactly.
do that?
I don't know. I don't understand.
I don't get that
Yeah,
logic
I don't
at
understand
all.
that logic
Well,
either.
he
That's
clearly
something
said
that's
that the kid wasn't allowed
yep,
in, wasn't
yep.
allowed in tell him, okay, he doesn't want the kid.
But the good news is he wound up with the uncle, so he is
Yeah, he
with
wound up with
family.
the
And
uncle.
as long as the
Yeah,
uncle is willing to take care of him for the time being,
yeah,
perhaps for an extended period, perhaps for the rest of his life, who knows?
yeah,
Because if mom gets 6 years in prison for this, he's 18.
yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah, I hope she does get six
yeah,
years. I really do. I
yeah.
hope that guy gets another six.
I
I don't
hope.
care. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I hope
sorry,
they
that's just
they serve
wrong.
their time and it stays on their record and
Yeah.
everyone knows not to let these people have children because they seem like terrible people. Sorry to
Yes.
bring everybody on a downer with this one, but I had to mention it though because the whole headline of like couple accused of moving out of apartment while 12-year-old son was at school and not telling him. It's like what
Yeah.
what? It's
Yeah.
like I just could not believe what I was reading.
It's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. I feel bad for that kid, but hopefully he'll get past it.
Let's hope so.
Hopefully. Um, that's gonna wrap it up for this you call news. Another great episode, and
Yes, sir.
Brian wasn't on for these other segments because just straight up time crunch. So Brian, we appreciate you being in the part two of AI,
Yes, sir.
yay or nay.
Always a pleasure having him around.
Always a pleasure having him. He's a great guy, and I'm sure he says something like, and like if we were asking him again, like hey, how'd you feel being on the show? I said,
Sure.
good, good. It's like okay,
Would
thanks,
you like to
Brian.
do it again? Sure.
Sure. And then you ask him to tell another off-color joke and be like, "Hey, you ever hear the one about two Jews and a Filipino walk into a bar?" Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Either
Yep.
way.
Whoa. Wrong joke.
Oh,
Wrong time. Thank
oh,
you.
wrong time, wrong
Thank you
time,
for
wrong
playing.
place.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, um, love, peace, and respect. We'll catch y'all again right here on Lumpy and Lotkeys.
Bye.
If you should or would like to contact us, please find us at our Facebook page, Lumpia and Lotkeys. We will be glad to hear from you.